Your torch. And friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah. Round and around and around, yeah. When love goes around, it comes around, it comes around. Can't stop it. When love goes around, it comes around. Here it goes. Yeah. DJ Toy. It's about to go down. Pull up a chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear. Love goes around. Ooh, DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go down. Yeah. It's about to go down. Yeah. Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round. Yeah. DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go down.
Lewis just dropped an article about a divorce trend. The rise.
Check one, check two. About to get this party started.
We laugh, we grow, respect the space. Love goes around. That's our cue. It's not a party without you, without you, without you, without you.
All right, everybody. This is DJ Torch on the 1 and 2. We're about to get this party started.
Round and round it goes, love goes around.
Of the manosphere divorce. They interviewed multiple women who described the exact same pattern. They married a man they loved. Years went by. Their husband hit a hard moment, career uncertainty, an identity crisis, a period of feeling lost, and the husband went online for answers, and he came back a different person. One woman was supporting her husband through medical residency in LA when he started consuming manosphere content. Soon after, he was making comments about how it's a woman's job to change diapers, how she should be cooking more instead of getting takeout. When she finally asked for a divorce, his response was, quote, "I'm a white surgeon, you're really gonna leave me?" Another woman, a 34-year-old entrepreneur, watched her husband of 6 years spiral. He told her he was in therapy. Turns out he was paying thousands of dollars to manosphere influencers. I'm sure you know of New York divorce attorney James Sexton. He said this trend spiked in the last 12 to 18 months. He said men in his office aren't saying, "I've been influenced by the manosphere." They're saying things like, "I want respect. We don't share the same values anymore." They don't even know what's happening to them. A therapist in the article summed it up perfectly. It's fragile male identity meets social isolation meets an algorithm that explains everything by giving men someone to blame and feeding on their insecurities. Here is what I want every man watching to hear. The pain is real, your identity crisis is real, the economic anxiety is real, but the manosphere is not a solution. It's a trap that shifts blame towards the person who actually loves you. These women didn't leave because their husbands got too masculine. They left because their husband stopped being the person they married. If you've noticed yourself getting angrier, more cynical, more resentful to the woman next to you, block those accounts, because the people selling it to you go home to no one, and soon you might too.
I'm about to play the video.
So, yeah, these dudes, most of them are single. Some of them are OnlyFans Negro. And then the rest of them, well, they're incels. And we're going to go over that tonight. I'd like to kick a shout out to Betterment for Black Women and Deontay in the house. It's good seeing you on tonight. It's good to see everyone. I hope you had a great week. Mine's been pretty cool. Let's keep it going. Here we go. If you know anything about Adrian Broner, he used to be a pretty good boxer. Could not quite make it over the hump as far as being, one of the best, but he was entertaining. He would mock his opponents and everything. And, quite honestly, I think about it. I mean, he was kind of doing that WWE, but for real stuff. Anyway, let's keep it going. Shout out to Alexander's in the house. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Yeah, but we have an update on Dean the Great for why he was arrested. Come to find out, he tried to rob a girl for her phone after kicking her off the yacht, which we have footage of.
Get out my yacht. No, go. Come on, you out. I told you it was cracking. Get out. Go home. Hey, get that out my yacht. You know I had to run it.
The woman that missed the police that she was kicked off the boat by Dean because she got caught talking to AB, failed the loyalty test. That's when Dean ran up on the woman trying to take her phone away from her to the point where...
Now, notice that the woman who failed the loyalty test was not, she was non-black.
They claim he was even putting hands on her. Police got a ring camera from the yacht showing that to be true, that she was balled up on the floor as Dean the Great was forcibly trying to take her phone away from her, which resulted with her having a cut on her arm. Things ain't looking too good for him because there's multiple instances online where he get rough like that with women. What's crazy, multiple creators have had to tell this man to calm down when he be trying to crash out on women. Bruh is always quick to snap on or act like he about to put hands on some shawty that's on stream with him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the funny thing is that these men get all, I'm being nice saying they're just abrasive. But basically, they just, whether it's because the core is they hate themselves, so why like anybody else, or a situation where they just hate women. The bottom line is that's something that needs to be checked by a therapist. Unfortunately, the few online therapists ain't all that, but we'll get into that another time. Here we go.
I don't know what his issue is when it comes to shawties. But let's wait and see how this plays out. What do you guys think about this situation?
Were you raised in a two-parent household?
No.
No, for real?
That's why he's so disrespectful.
No, it gave that your mama raised you right in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Man, get this bitch out of my house. Get the fuck out, bitch. You ain't finna get personal with me. Hey, get this hoe out my motherfucking crib. Get the fuck out my house, bitch. Fuck wrong with you. Get this bitch on. She gotta go, cuz. Well, we ain't getting personal, hoe. Get out.
That's why he's in jail.
Get out. I told you that, Trigger.
Not because of this particular instance. This young lady's lucky. She got out of there unscathed.
Fuck wrong with that bitch. I didn't know that. Get on, bitch.
I didn't know that.
Get the fuck out, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
He literally said the B word like 10 times in 1 minute. Then we have predators like this. Nature boy.
Every day I wake up in this room. This is my window. I can't even see the sunlight. This is where I get my air. Comes through here. This is a light bulb.
Entrepreneur watched her husband of 6 years
Wait.
They on Dean the
Wait. But sorry about that. I laughed so hard I moved the video. Okay, let's go back to the Nature Boy. He's hilarious. You have to admit he's hilarious and stupid.
Get the fuck out, bitch.
Okay, let's go here.
Every day I wake up in this room.
Every day I wake up.
This is my window. I can't even see the sunlight.
Oh, too bad. I wonder what you did.
This is where I get my air. Comes through here. This is a light bulb. If I didn't turn that light bulb on, this is where I would be all day.
Burger Girl. All right. Shout out to Burger Girl. Here we go.
In this room. This is where they left me.
Y'all, why is Nature Boy sitting up here acting like he in some type of away camp and not prison? He must have never seen an episode of that A&E show, Scared Straight.
Broad daylight. This is small. This is it. And I have a little light bulb right here that I hooked up through a wire. I'm stealing electricity from the building.
Break it down, Medea.
Black men, I want you to chime in. Y'all had so much to say about Megan. Look at Kim's lineup. She got a whole basketball team. Now, is it really about the woman or is it about the skin color of the woman? Would y'all dare call her a hoe? Would y'all dare do a lineup of all these men and her bent over like y'all did
would
Megan?
you do that?
I'm just asking because, baby, she looked like she's had the whole United Nations in this bitch. And I ain't knocking a girl to kiss a couple of frogs to get her prince. But my guess is the princess has to be white in order for her to have any respect.
Let me bring something up real quick. Tonight we are going over black male chuds, because the funny thing is, this is what I like about the situation, the chud situation, is it brings out a problem we have in our own community. In fact, where is it? Here we go. Hold on one second while I bring this video up. And let me, where is it at? Okay. No, not that. Here we go. And share screen. And yeah. Okay. You have to understand that when I bring up these videos about Meg Thee Stallion or Dr. Whatever, these are examples of not just Meg Thee Stallion being disrespected or Dr. Whatever being disrespected, or this is how these dudes think and treat black women in general. That's the problem. So I'm just using them as examples because they are there's the most access to clips and information and the way that men think about women in those videos. And that's why I'm bringing up this dude right here. Let me see if I can fix something right here. There we go. This dude right here has something to say about Meg Thee Stallion. And then I got to say something to tell you about him. After I tell you about him, then you understand what's going down. Here we go.
That's what a lot of these chicks be having messed up, right? People like in the position of a Meg Thee Stallion, right? Like Meg Thee Stallion, she's a rapper. She became famous. She became rich.
No shit.
And, you know, she's put in work as far as in the studio and as a career as a rapper. But what she ain't put in work with is herself as a woman.
This dude right here trying to tell women about themselves. Shout out Henry Mars in the house. Now, here's the funny part and the strange part. He's not a woman. I'm about to tell you a little bit about his affiliations in a minute. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Keep in mind, you know, a lot of dudes will get mystified by the status of or, you know, the money and fame or whatever the case. They'll get mystified by that shit to the point that they overlook the qualities of a woman or lack thereof.
Let me stop it right there for a minute and tell you about this free is it man. He is a disciple of this dude called what is it? Master the P or whatever. Hold on one second. Let me bring that up. Hold on. I got my little system. Sinful the P. If you know who Sinful the P is, he's a pimp. This dude who glorified pimpdom is trying to tell black women how to act. I kid you not. Let's listen to a little bit more of this dude. So basically, let me tell you about Sinful the P for a minute. Very violent person, your average pimp, for real, a real pimp. Died from HIV. And this guy on the screen, yeah. This guy on the screen is a disciple of his. He listens to the words of Sinful the P. That's how his channel got popping. And that's the scary part, is when a pimp's channel is popping to black men. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
And see, Meg, it's clear that she hasn't worked on herself as a woman. She hasn't worked.
Do you hear this dude? Again, remember now, wearing his best dressed wife beater t-shirt, he's telling women how to behave. Really think about it. Sinful to P, a violent criminal pimp. This guy is a disciple of his. He listens to all the words. He has the Sinful to P Bible near his bed at night. Trying to tell a multi-millionaire woman how to act. He's got some chud in him. He's got some of that chud in him. He's got some of that hatred in him. That's what it is. He's got some of that chud in him. He's got some of that hatred in him. He's got some of that bigotry in him. Some of that chud. Let me show you more of that chud. Let me show you more of that chud right now.
Work to develop herself as a woman. She's still a ratchet ass, ain't she? From Houston.
Notice that he's kind of like ratchet himself, right? She's got a college degree. I don't think this dude does. I'm not going, it's an assumption. It's an assumption. I don't think he's got one though. Maybe he's got a college degree from Sinful the P, university and shit. The top pimping. He talks about street game. He's a street game expert. I can't make
Houston, Texas. That's all she is. She just so happened to be a famous and rich rapper now.
No, she's a famous, rich, educated rapper that just so happens to have a Popeyes franchise, which is probably going to make her about $2 or $3 million a year, so she could get back and relax. She also did some Moulin Rouge things, and here's the funny thing, and this goes for all black women, not just Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion did a Moulin Rouge thing that had really little to do with black people before, but she blew it up. She made it happen. That's the amount of value she has in society. They don't have any value for this in society for this motherfucker right here. He sounds like he's halfway to a prison cell. So that it really bothers me that men like this try to make black women sound ratchet when if you listen to them, they're the ones expressing the ratchetness, or as admittedly, he's a street person. The ratchetness comes from the street. He's a street expert. What does that make him? Ratchet. Nothing wrong from being from the streets, but when you start talking shit about other people, then let me shut up. let me shut up. Let me spin this for a minute. Let me put some of these things on here, So I just want you to keep that in mind, because he's a chud. He's a chud. He's telling men that want to live in the streets with him. He's telling men that want to live in the streets with him not to deal with women like Megan. Yet, what if you're living in the streets? Who do you think is going to be there? And I think really, quite honestly, he's trying to dissuade men from being with women in general. He's trying to get men to see that maybe they should look, for men.
But she's still that same though, right? She has.
Remember now, she had probably had a better upbringing than this man did. Okay. And she did have a mother and father before they passed away, and they were together. So
she hasn't learned from her experiences.
She had to learn from her experience. This dude's still in the streets. I'm sorry. The bottom line is that you cannot critique other people who are millionaires when you're still barely, Let me calm it down a little. Let me break that. Let's get into some chudding.
All right, for the record, Mr. Ethley is now in the courtroom with Chair Justice. All right, take him into custody. Take him into custody. I told you, sir, you did not have a speaking role today. You decided that you wanted one for whatever reason. I don't know why, but take him into custody.
Uh-oh.
However, anybody on that side of the bar does not have a speaking role in any of these proceedings today. There's not going to be any hoopla or shenanigans from the gallery. You're going to be removed, and I'll talk about that in a second.
Can you read what these posts say?
The initial part says, "I will defend my life with lethal force. Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm."
I think it's reasonable to have a gag order on the defendant should he make bond, and I guess even while he's in the jail and has his, iPad.
Yeah, so basically, let me tell you the quick story of Chud. Chud was, he's the type of person who's really, he's a bandit. He's a bandit. Chud's a bandit. And what he does is he goes around trying to provoke people so that he could pew them, toe tag them. And he films it. And it went on for a while. He kind of reminds me of a steroid version of Johnny Somali. Same thing. And basically, Deontay says, yeah, Chud about to feel some pain and lockdown. Oh, yeah, he is. But so basically the thing is this, when people start making threats like that, like they'll make a threat of you and then they're saying stuff like, oh, yeah, I'm in your town and shit. That is when shit gets serious. And it got serious enough that Chud's halfway in jail. Let's keep going.
Whatever, but he cannot live stream, post, or anything that indirectly or directly encompasses these offenses.
But the First Amendment is very important to a free country. And
see, that's the funny thing about First Amendment. First Amendment does not cover threats. It doesn't. The First Amendment, you can wave that flag all the time, but there are some things it just don't cover. Let's keep it. Here we go.
Us being able to talk about ideas freely, we can't really be a free society. Now,
Free society what? Free society to wave a gun around. Yeah, that really works out well.
Repugnant ideas are still protected under rights of free speech. So people
At least
are
he admits it's repugnant ideas.
free to go say whatever offensive things they want to say, as long as it's not calling for someone to hurt somebody else.
Right. Exactly. And I'm going to bring you up one of my favorite content creators. I'm going to let her break it down for you. I'm not a lawyer.
I've lived a long time without knowing who this man is, but in the last 7 days, I've learned more about him than I could have ever wanted to know. So if you've been avoiding this case, like me, have a seat and join me on the ride of who the heck is this man and why do people keep talking about him? Okay.
This is I'm Not a Lawyer. She's got a great channel.
So his real name is Dalton Etherly, but he goes by Chud the Builder, and his online notoriety seems to be traced back to an incident that happened in 2025.
Dalton engaged in a road rage incident with a black female driver and her daughter. The driver's daughter claims that Dalton almost...
Chud's been, but he attacked a black woman.
sideswiped them in traffic.
She starts yelling at me saying, "What the f is your problem? What's your problem?" I said, "Ninja. Just doing the speed limit." And then as soon as I said that, she threw her drink out the window. She said, "Ninja." And I was blessing them. I hit her with the blessing because they were throwing drinks at my truck.
The driver's daughter takes a picture of Dalton doing this and later proceeds to post it on a local Facebook group called Idiots in Cars.
They took that picture, posted it everywhere, said, "This guy's calling us hard R's, blah, blah, blah," got me fired.
Dalton consequently has to start his own remodeling business to continue his trade.
After this incident and the Facebook post, people in the community begin learning more about Chud the Builder. And so after losing his job, he starts his own business, but people in the community start telling other people not to support his business.
Do not.
Wow. I mean, sounds classic. Sounds like Tommy Soto to me, Sotomayor to me. Let's listen and see. I am going to prove to you tonight that Tommy Sotomayor is Chud with a different skin color. Here we go.
I hire this guy. He's hateful. He's this, is that. They say nothing about the work I actually do.
So in response to pieces of Chud's life beginning to crumble, he doubles down on the racist content. He begins mocking Black people in public and antagonizing them by calling them the N-word. Hard ER.
Yeah, keep talking shit, I'ma show you.
It's the usual
And
suspect.
I'ma show you. Don't say a mother into my kids.
I wonder who pissed her off. She's out.
I just want you to know you're a racist.
I'm not a racist.
You're not a
I can say what I want though.
I'm a
Yeah, you're
ninja.
hold on.
You own this place? So, hey, don't walk up on me like that. Don't walk up on me.
Ninjas.
Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but about.
Ninjas.
Trying to say I can't come in the store.
Chud the Builder, bro. I'm the white. They're calling niggas.
Hey, the funny thing is this about Chud. If he just focused only on attacking Black women, the Black Chuds wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. They wouldn't even care. I'm going to prove it to you. Here we go.
Builder. Chud the Builder. You know, like Bob the Builder.
He said, "What's the issue?" Because I looked at him.
Chipping out.
He out.
Put that phone down.
Why? You don't like looking ugly?
Put that phone down, bitch ass boy.
Shut up.
Ninja.
So at this point, Chud's been kicked out of restaurants, stores, any kind of establishment. He's been kicked out of it.
The right to refuse service to anybody.
For what?
You know somebody who else has been kicked out of live streams? OnlyFans. He got kicked off of OnlyFans. Tommy Sotomayor. How do you do that? But we'll get into him in a minute. Let me get the Chud vibe going. Phoenix Soul is in the house. It's good seeing you.
We have the right to refuse service to anybody in our restaurant.
Is it because I say
Ninja.
Be honest. I'm a white man that says the N-word. That's why you don't like me.
We have the right to refuse service to anybody in the restaurant.
You gotta love it. Freedom of speech is not free anymore.
Okay, so that's the background.
That's the funny thing is a lot of people don't know that restaurants don't, if you want to act a fool, restaurants don't have to let you in. See, and what I've noticed is men of low characters love to use the freedom of speech BS to express horrible behavior. Let's break it down, Chud. Let's break it down, Chud.
Or to why he's in the news right now. On Wednesday, May 13th, Chud was up at the courthouse because he's being sued by a credit management company over a $3,300 debt. So he has a hearing that day and he's up at the courthouse.
Man got him paid him bill.
Assuming he actually never makes it to the hearing because the system now says there was a default judgment entered. Regardless of whether he made the hearing or not, at some point while outside of the courthouse, Chud gets into an altercation with a black man named Joshua Fox. According to reports, Chud positions himself in a, quote, bladed stance? What does that mean? And then reached into his jacket pocket for a firearm. A physical altercation ensues, and then Chud fired his firearm, striking the man multiple times. The man is now in stable condition, but Chud has now been charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and possession of a firearm. Following the incident, audio of the aftermath of the incident was posted on pump.fun.
I walked up to them because they were pointing at me. They were laughing. They were pointing at me, and I said, "What's up, guys? How y'all doing?" I said, "Y'all like the new suit?" He said, "Walk away."
And that's what these chuds do, is they do all this aggressive shit, and then when they get in trouble, all of a sudden they're a victim. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Away from me, I walked away from him. He came back up to me. He literally said, "I have PTSD. I feel like I'm in." He said, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He was still wailing on me.
And Clarksville Now posted Chud leaving the scene of the incident. 2 days later, on Friday, May 15th, Chud had his first court appearance where the judge imposed a $1.25 million bond and scheduled a bond hearing for May 21st and then a preliminary hearing on May 26th.
Mr. Eathley's on bond apparently on several other matters when this matter was allegedly committed. I'm looking at an A and really a super D, a C, really 3 C's and an A really for tracking kind of purposes. It's pretty serious.
So we're gonna have a bail hearing.
I'm gonna set just a bond right now after we have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at $1.25 million.
So on the 21st, Chud's lawyers and the prosecutors will argue why Chud should or should not be released on bond. And then on the 26th, we, the public, will learn more details about what exactly led up to the shooting. Now, what's also important about the hearing on the 26th is that, from what I understand, Tennessee is a stand your ground state and Chud is claiming self-defense. So at this hearing, the judge is going to hear what the prosecutors present. And at the end, the judge will determine if this is a true stand your ground situation where this case should be thrown out, or if—
Let me pause. The situation with stand your ground is this. Basically, it's stand your ground is for obviously defense. The problem is that Chud you cannot incite somebody and then make them mad and then they come at you and then shoot them. You can't do that. That's what Chud did. That's that chicken-ish stuff. See, a lot of people online and offline, they do chicken-ish stuff like that, where they will incite something, make somebody do something, and then cry chicken or whatever you want to call it. Let me bring this back a little bit here. So now you got an idea what's going down with Chud. Thank you. I'm not a lawyer for your perfect information. Let's go to I want to save Jesse for later because I think my panel guests will really want to talk about Jesse. Y'all know what I mean. Let's go here.
I don't. Maxine, I'm good enough right here. Rich. Mind you, statistically, the marital family is the most dangerous place for a woman and her children because it has a man there.
Welcome to the original Cynthia G channel. Well, this isn't it, but you get my point. She's going to tell you the situation from her point of view. Let's get into it.
You're not making your child safer by putting the man in the home. You're putting them right in the face of danger. Girl, she had, didn't she have 7 kids with him? We gonna get into the story because I got some news clips and articles. We will go over it. We gonna go over a lot of other stuff too, because what black men are not gonna do on my watch, this is what they not gonna do. What you not go on my watch, be in my comment section talking about Ashley Janae when statistically black men toe tag black women and children more than white supremacists do. There's no comparison. The numbers
Actually, it's about 10 times as much.
are so astronomically high, there is no comparison. So what I want to know is why black men are running around here talking about if you go get with a white man, they go toe tag you, when you toe tag your community more than white supremacists do. Far more. Black men got them beat, not by a little shot, by a long shot, a hella long shot. And y'all ain't gonna just give me that, oh, it's because of proximity. Okay, so explain to me what about black men being in proximity to black women has them toe tagging them more than white supremacists do? Because y'all said white supremacy was the boogeyman. Y'all said white men are the ones who do this, yet you can take any statistical piece of data and you will see the main ones toe tagging black women and black children are black men. It just is what it is. This is selective outrage based on male worship. And I don't understand how black women are still in the mood to worship men as they go around and toe tag their kids and them. I don't understand that. You said black femicide rate is an interracial statistic. It is. It is, but they want to convince you that, oh, no, an individual black man did this. This ain't the majority. Yeah, it is. And we know it's the majority because we know the majority of crimes go uncommitted. And they go unsolved and they go unconvicted. So you can't go by the crime data knowing only like 1% of the crimes are actually solved and then say, oh, it's not all men or it's not all black men. Right. Where are these protectors? Where are these protectors and what are they?
Good point. I mean, if you think about it like this, no, it's not each and every single black man. Absolutely not. But it's so bad. The situation is so bad that you rarely hear of other men scolding men for doing negative things to black women. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Are they protecting? Because if you ask black men their purpose, they gonna say they're protectors. Protectors of what though? The other men who running around the community toe tagging women and children? Emily, the community is sick. The community is sick. It's not just bandits. It is not just bandits. And as black women, if we sit here and we really tell ourselves, oh, it's black men are just the only ones who are sick. No, they're not. They're not. Black women are sick too.
Let me pause right there. She brings up and that brings us to Tommy. I'm not saying Tommy's a black woman, but what I'm saying is that black women defend Tommy, and I'm going to get right into it right now. Here we go. First chat of the day, Tommy Sotomayor. Here we go. Let me, before I get started, let me tell you, Sotomayor has been literally banned off of every platform. But he's been popping up a lot on proxy channels. And it has kept him live. So it's kept him relevant. So let's talk about him. Here we go.
All right, you know what time it is. Once again, as usual, time said about that time. Not to so time already, motherfucker. If you don't know, now you know. Bitch, straight to it. Let's do this shit, man. I'm trying to make this video just to say that, as we all know, Tommy Sotomayor is gone. He's not on YouTube anymore.
the only reason I'm bringing up this video is to show you and prove to you that he was an OnlyFans porn star. And his channel got, I don't know how do you get deleted off of OnlyFans? I do not know. But he did. That's not the problem. Dude wants to make his money. If dude wants to make his money, being a 304, by all means he can. That's by all means, I don't have a problem with. That's his life. That's his life if all he was just a 304 man. If you get what I mean, it's not the most godly thing that you can be, which is kind of weird because he switches into this God mode of Jesus and this and that, and black women aren't this and that, but he a hoe. He a hoe. He's a hoe. You know he's a hoe. He costs 15 cents on an OnlyFans show. He's a hoe. You know he's a hoe. Why do I know that? Because I told you so. So that's all I need from that. So let me show you some Tommy clips now. Here we go.
All right, you know what time it is once again.
You know who should never say they don't like me? Black males. You know why? Because I stick up for that.
That's right.
That's literally all I do. I'm hard as fuck on women. I stick up for the men. So if a man is saying
sticks up for the man,
he don't like me, what the fuck is he saying it for? I talk about they put your ass in jail and you shouldn't. I made a movie called A Fatherless America where I said that you men should be able to be in your kids' lives. I sit up here and talk about all this shit that these women are doing and how they taking your kids and doing them like how what the nigga is D Wade up there turning his son into a fucking woman. I stand up.
They applaud D Wade for that shit.
Right.
Mad at LeBron for his son playing basketball.
Right.
this is a male 304. A male 304 to the utmost. I showed you he's an OnlyFans model. Or he was before he got his channel bumped. So, I mean, let's dig deeper. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Phoenix also says, oh man, that's my first time ever seeing him. And now that I have, I wish I could take it back. Oh man. Okay. Let me hit you with another Tommy. Here we go.
Everybody watching this video will see there's a panel full of a whole bunch of black people talking about how black people don't like black people based off of their shade of melanin. That's a problem.
That is scary. It literally, Wilbert's point was proven correct.
Let me pause it right there. Let me go to the male. And here's another male, a supporter of male whoredom right here.
I mean, you don't have as many options as other women, as the other group, which I can agree with you. That's not fair. It's not fair. But the amount of guys who don't got women, they know they'll take you. You can get a guy. It's you don't want that guy. There's a specific guy you want. And just so happen you can't get them because there's people out here who don't like chocolate drop.
No, women can get the guy they think they want. Easily. The only problem that the guy turns out not to be the guy they thought he was. Let me keep it going. So this guy's name is Dat Shack. I don't know why he's acting like he's got a 40 in his hand. Let me go. Let me get to the male 304. Let me get to the male whore Sotomayor.
Yeah, that's
what she's
okay.
saying.
Yeah.
So a bunch of niggas out here can't find a job, and they're complaining that the economy's messed up and there are no jobs. And her response would be, if you had a job, you wouldn't be here complaining.
That's exactly what you keep saying
that. The dumbest shit I've ever heard. This person without legs, you would tell them, if you had a leg, well, yes, that's why they're complaining. And she's giving a reason to why she believes she's having a hard time finding.
Let me pause right here. As you can see, this is the funny part is this. If, let's say, there's a guy who's a pimp, and then he then is a preacher on the weekends. Would you really think that his words, well, that's not really good because pimps and preachers are pretty much the same thing. Let me go ahead and keep it going anyway. I mean, really, would you take advice from a pimp for being a wholesome, traditional person? You probably wouldn't. But these idiots online, like Dat Shack or whatever his name is hanging on this male whore's every word. And he's really ugly too. I mean, Sotomayor is not a good, decent looking guy, in my opinion. It's bad enough that his personality is not that great. And as a personality and persona are two different things, by the way. But anyway, it's the fact of the matter is that he's one of the biggest walking hypocrites ever. Because he does all this nasty stuff on OnlyFans, or tried to, or did, which we can only assume that he continues to do. You know, it doesn't mean just because the camera stopped, he stopped being nasty and disgusting. But then he wants to go on YouTube channels and pretend he's some high-polluting, high-value dude. Dude, your peen has probably got mumps and bumps on it. You don't seem like the type of person that takes any type of precautions, and you a hoe. What kind of advice can you give society? I mean, he literally almost ran for some seats and shit. This dude is completely bonkers. But let's keep it going. Here we go.
Finding a man, which is because she's dark.
And again, that's not why.
Said, well, if you want to address a topic, you would address actually what this person is saying.
But the problem is she doesn't not have a man because she's dark-skinned, because it's not true that black men in Atlanta don't think dark-skinned women. The problem that she doesn't have a man is because she's not confident. The problem that she doesn't have a man is because she doesn't feel that she's beautiful.
There you go. But you are somewhat leading to what I've been saying. It's not the fact that she can't, it's not the fact that.
No, it's the fact that, I'm sorry, especially in Atlanta, I'm sorry, with all them down low niggas, the odds aren't, if a black woman wants a black man specifically, what Dat Shack or whatever that nigga's name is saying is irrelevant, because the bottom line is that whenever you have a large portion of women that outnumber their men, and then on top of that, then a bunch of those dudes are DL, and then a bunch of those dudes, unfortunately, are incarcerated. Well, you just don't have that many. And then you say, well, black women incarcerated too, right? No, believe it or not, it's 10% of black women compared to black women are incarcerated 10% as much as black men. So for every one black woman that goes to jail, it might even be worse than this. I mean, better. I mean, for black women, better than this. But for every at least 10, one black woman goes to jail, 10 black men went to jail. Not only that, but the black men who go to jail, go to prison longer because they did more deadly shit. And then you take the 10% of those women that went to jail, well, half of them went to jail for over some nigga. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Men in Atlanta, I don't know about Atlanta very well, but it's not the fact that
I'm sure you've heard enough.
Men in Atlanta don't date dark-skinned women. It's not.
Yeah, the problem with this, and it's not really a problem. It's just the way it is. Men in Atlanta, statistically, like other men in Atlanta, and that's just the way it is. Whether it's DL or not DL, that's just the way it is. I'm sure a woman can find love in Atlanta, but for the most part, men in Atlanta like other men in Atlanta. It's kind of like, that's what it is.
She don't have confidence or anything.
It's funny and the funny thing is this, all red pill men, they're more likely to be down low than any other type of men. I mean, get this. Men will call me a simp for wanting to hang around women. I mean, think about it. Oh, you a simp, you got all them women around. Oh, so I'm supposed to hang around men. I'm supposed to be just like interacting and then having, a good relationship and interactions with men only, right? But that's how these dudes are. They don't realize the level of what is it? It's not homosexuality. It's homo emotions where they love men more. These men love each other more than they love women. There's nothing you can do with that. And hey, if that's the way you want to live your life, that's fine. But the problem is a lot of these men, what they do is they focus on, disparaging their competition, which is women. You see what I'm saying? See, if you're a man and you want men and then women are competing for the same man, well, you see where I'm going with this. That's why DL men are very dangerous because they can get very, what would you call it? They see women as property because they don't really see women as a real relationship. They see women as property. So if they see women as property and that value of life doesn't mean that much to them. So that's why I was playing the clips earlier with those two Atlanta type men. They're just going to say that. Adrian Broner and his buddy, they love each other. They love each other. And I guarantee you some more stuff is going to come out because they treat women like shit. All women, not just black women, all women like shit. But we'll keep that going. Here we go. So.
And how long?
What I'm saying is,
look at the way that Shack is just hanging on every word from this male whore. It's amazing to me.
Again, it's about a confidence issue. It's about a confidence issue. It's about a confidence issue.
Do you ever listen to what the person says? Again, as a psychologist myself.
He's a psychologist. Wait a minute. He just said he's a psychologist. Let me find this out. Let me find this out right now. Did he just pull a Dr. Bryant? Did he just pull is Tony Sotomayor a psychologist? Oh no, that's a different one. That's a white one. I gotta break it down from YouTube and OnlyFans. That'll lock them in. Okay. Jerome Harris is his real name. Damn, he even ugly on his Wikipedia. Anyway, let's see. Education. Nothing there. He said psychologist. The dude said psychologist. I don't see anything here. Let me break it down. Let me go into this deeper. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna have to go into ChatGPT. Let's see what they say. Copy. Paste. No. Tommy Sotomayor, whose real name is Thomas Jerome Harris, is not a licensed psychologist. Let me rewind something here for a minute, and I'm going to make my double point. My double point. Here we go. Here we go.
He doesn't have.
Based upon you've known her for how long?
What I'm saying is, if her skin, it's about a confidence issue. It's about a confidence issue. It's about a confidence issue.
Do you ever listen to what the person says? Again, as a psychologist myself.
You heard him say it. You heard him say, as a psychologist myself. And I'm reading it right here. Let me see. Let you see it. Let you see it. Let me make it larger so you can see it. Wait, let me get this out of here. See it? No, Tommy Sotomayor is na. See? Let me get back to Tommy.
When someone comes to me, I have to listen. How long?
What I'm saying is, if her skin, it's about a confidence issue. It's about a confidence issue. It's about a confidence issue.
Do you ever listen to what the person says? Again, as a psychologist myself.
There it is again. So what I expect to see in the morning, it's 50 videos about this OnlyFans model saying that he's a psychologist when he is not. And he's not pretending. He's not pretending it came out of the blue. He didn't say something like, let's pretend I'm a psychologist. He didn't say shit like that. Here we go.
When someone comes to me, I have to listen to what they're saying, because we have a saying that goes, perception is 9/10 of the law. Their perception will feed.
Is perception 9/10 of the law? No, it's not.
How they respond to
perception is not 9/10 of the law. It's just not. It's this
stimuli in the world. To completely ignore your perception and go to what I want to say. I know a person, the video is how long? 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Exactly, Phoenix. That's not a saying. Black Pride says, Tommy lie about going to Georgia Tech and getting a degree in psychology. That's what it is. Thank you, Black Pride. Yep. Yep. I mean, and the thing is this, do you notice the level, the lack of smoke he gets compared to Dr. Bryant? If she's a doctor. And that's what the point I was trying to make is like, whether Bryant is a doctor or not, or she lied or not, why in the F do you give Tommy Sotomayor a pass to say that he's a psychologist, licensed and all that kind of shit, and he's not? He might need to go to one, but he's not one himself. You heard me play the tape over too. You cannot say that, oh yeah, no, he didn't really mean it like that. He didn't really mean it like that. He's a chud. He's a chud. If you has to argue with black men about him liking black men, then he doesn't like black men either. But he knows that, just like a lot of chuds do, they know they have to, like, you know, especially since he's black, he's got to fit in somehow. Here's another one.
It sounds weird. It's easy for women to say, well, I would never do that. We don't do that. Fuck that. Yes, you do. All y'all baby daddy, you can't stand the nigga. All the man you just was with, you hate him. How you hate all these niggas you used to be with if you know how to pick men or if you like good men? You don't know how to pick a dick if it came up and bit you.
Well, I guess you do. Mr. OnlyFans. And look at why you smile? What?
And you don't like good men because it's a lot of niggas that have been in your life that literally walked up to women and said, I'll give good love. I'll buy your clothes.
And it wasn't Tommy, I can tell you that. From the situations about his relationship situations, they have not been cool. From what I heard. And Elon is over here just eating it up. Econ or Iclon or whatever. See, that's how you can tell when dudes have a psychological issue, is like when they hear somebody else, you know, disrespecting a group or a person, they start to eat it up. Look at them. Look at them eat it up. That's how, but that's all these, this is how the Lapeef niggas are. And, you know, Lapeef Network, the amount of unstable sociopaths that come from there is crazy. It's a lot. And they're all chuds. That's a chud. See, if they had if they compared themselves to chud, they would be eerily similar. Eerily similar. I mean, like, it's like, damn, you know, the only difference between Chud and Eclon or Chud and Tony or Tommy or whatever the fuck he wants to call his name today, damn, they're the same nigga. Chud's the same. Only difference is that Chud uses a hard ER. But how they think about black women is the same.
Clothes. I'll eat your pussy too.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Listen, I just want to say thank you again for all of the love and support to the channel. I found another
if you have to coach men on how to be men or masculine, then what does that tell you about that society or group of men? And that's basically what Red Pill, or in this specific fact, Black Red Pill, is about. Teaching men who do not know how to be men, who are not men. But then they call men that are men, like, let's say, you know, who's a man? That's it. Got it. Ciara's man, Russell. He's been married. What? Tell me this. You guys want to talk F with Russell, but it's funny to me because he outperformed the male whore Future as far as being a good man, and is still, even though that relationship started, his relationship was fine, but Ciara had that, had to dealing with a male whore. Then she married the complete opposite. And you guys got mad at her and you guys got mad at Russell for them becoming a great black couple. You cannot argue that. They have become a great black couple. It don't make sense. But then you want to listen to a male whore named Tommy, some dat dude, and some Ilkan. You must be out of your mind. Let's keep it going.
Really good debate with Tommy Sotomayor.
So, and here's the funny thing. It's not just men that defend Tommy. Check this out.
What's
A lot of times the biggest problem, especially in the black community, black women got too much.
So he's a male whore to a black community activist. You can't make this shit up. You can't. You really can't. And here's Dee Dee supporting her male whore friend.
Voice got too much mouth, and the fact that you let them speak, and we think that they'll be saying things and won't even know what the word means, or say the word wrong and just be talking, seeking words and saying, "Well, it's the way you said it."
And there's Ilkan again. God dang! I mean, he loves himself some Tommy. Damn. And there's old angry man over here to the right with his dusty ass self. Only way he got in his house that he's in now is because he got married. And see all these women down here, these 3 beautiful women down here. They even got a Caucasian girl on here. That's the draw. That's the draw. It's not the dudes. If the dudes only had shows for themselves, the Lapeef Network wouldn't be anywhere. So all of those women that were on the Lapeef Network, they made the Lapeef Network, not these niggas. They pimped the girls good. Oh, they pimped. Look, let's face it. Look, y'all know that too, because that's why a lot of you aren't on that show anymore. 6 ain't on there. What was Michelle, whatever Michelle, Lucky, who's getting unlucky right now because her ex online niggas talking shit. Who else? I mean, the line goes on. And then, of course, we have Dee Dee here. She doesn't understand. She's talking to Chud. You got a bunch of Chuds you're talking to right now, Dee Dee.
Well, you got to understand, a real man. So when a woman can tell you what a real...
Oh, he's trying to tell you how to be a real man, but he's really, he's a porn star. Excellent. What a role model. What a great moral role model.
That is a problem. Because usually when she say what a real man is, it's always somebody that accepts her and won't question her. It's always a real man for that one. A real man will get with a woman who has kids.
So that's how Tommy is surviving on YouTube. He's still on YouTube, but by proxy. And these people are risking their channels if they repeatedly have him on there all the time. Dee Dee doesn't do that though. She rarely puts this male whore on here. So anyway, But I just found it weird that Didi was, defending a male whore. I mean, if the point is that women are the problem, you'd think that you wouldn't be supporting male 304s. That just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I mean, somebody's going to pick up on it, the hypocrisy, more than me. I just got a little old channel. Somebody big going to pick up on it and say, oh, look at Didi. She's all, disrespecting black women and shit, saying this and that about them and how much better black men are, while supporting a male whore. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. Black pride. I report up every chance I get. But anyway, enough. I just wanted to show you that the Chud effect also affects, I guess, black male worshippers, which I believe Didi falls under that department. And there's another young lady who sometimes is a black male worshipper and then sometimes she's not. Depends on who's pissing her off on that given day. For example, this Chud right here.
She need that Medicaid her damn self. I'm telling you, like, with the magical math that I'm mathing is that she might not got custody of her kids. She can't. Cause if you ain't working no big, that's why y'all ass thirsting around on YouTube looking for some extra EBT bucks, right?
Now remember, I think Jay Prince got banned too. I think he got banned too. I can't keep up with these bans, but look at how Jay Prince looks. Look at him. He looks so bad that the person who came out with this video made sure he covered up his face a little bit. And we know that Jay broke. We know Jay Prince is broke. He got 3 little girls to take care of that he doesn't do a very good job doing. And what's funny is this is what gets me. This is what gets me. He is now trying to throw smoke on Lucky for something. Wasn't it just a little while ago that Jay Prince was investigated by Child Services? Why is he worried about Lucky? You didn't think about it like that. He a Chud. I mean, look at him. I guess she turned him down too, because she turned down Tommy, or Tammy as she calls him, and then I think he shot his shot and got shot down. That's what I'm thinking. And now he being the same as Tommy is. And that's the point I'm trying to make here is like, it's these dudes, they might be cool to you when they think they're going to get or are getting what they want. But as soon as they find out that's a hard no, you get the Chud comes out.
You looking for some EBT bucks on YouTube and looking at her channel, because I just scrolled down. She barely even making 1,000 views what the bam. So she ain't really hitting on shit, right? So she ain't making that much money to the point where they disqualify her.
Lucky, I don't know how you put up with these niggas. I don't get it. And it's and Lucky, it's this. It was Tommy before. Now it's this nigga here. I don't know when this came out, and we know that sooner or later it's gonna be somebody else. It's gonna be somebody else from that Lapeef crew talking shit about you. And if you don't already know, your online ex, remember that dude? He talking shit too. Right now. I don't know if it's negative, but I think it is. You might want to check that shit out. Because he getting jealous that all these other niggas are getting turned down. I guess. I don't know what. I can't make it up. It's crazy. Daryl, that's it. Daryl. And so, yeah. And you look, all I'm saying is be careful, young lady. Just be careful. Because you're in a room full of wolves that are wearing men's clothing. And let's just leave it like that. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
27-year-old Donald was arrested out in Georgia because he shot his pregnant girlfriend in the back of her head, leave her body at the park because he refused to have a baby with her. Arguing, they fighting, and she still didn't want to have no abortion. According to the police, hear me out now, y'all. He takes his girlfriend on a movie date. They leave the movies, and then he said, you know what? He suggested let's go on a walk at the park. They walking. He get in the back of her. She walk a little bit ahead of him. That's when he popped her in the head. He dipped, goes on.
That is some, that's going beyond Chud shit right there. He didn't want to have a kid so bad. He sent that woman up to the upper room. Now, this guy seems like he's being like sympathetic to the woman. Keep listening. This gets
goes on by his life. Somebody made a call to the 911. Angels, you feel me? They talking about, hey, it's a lady that's unresponsive on a trail walk. EMTs get there and they see her. Now they see she's in a fatal position. She's conscious, but she's unable to communicate. Was rushed to the hospital where the doctors had performed an emergency C-section to save the baby. They was able to save the baby, y'all. The fuck? Not only that, y'all, the mama was saved too. After 2 months, that's when she was able to talk and speak. And that's when she told him that it was her baby daddy. Mind you, he think that she gone. She out of here. They come pick that nigga up 2 months later. Peekaboo, arrest him. Now he's facing 2 counts of attempted murder on her and his baby. And he looking at 60 years in prison. And that's good that she was able to, be alive. Her and the baby, they both made it. This one, she gonna have to tip her hat off to God, to the Most High, because who was that? Who was that angel that called the police? Who heard it? Like, did somebody hear a gunshot? Like, who? Not only that, when you hear somebody getting shot in the head, you automatically think the worst, right? You see how things work, though? Her and her little baby blessing. Hear me out now, y'all. Gotta kick it from the chest. Ladies, when y'all gonna stop doing that, though?
Here it comes.
Trying to hold a nigga down and back with a baby, like forcing it. Dude tell you he don't want no child with you. Get an abortion. Not this time. Whatever it is. I know he went in raw, and I know you open your legs. It's up to you to bring in a boy or a girl in this world. And then for her to already be able to have a C-section.
I do that with you. Yeah, I'm dropping the link right now. Deontay, what a piece of this one. I know that. Let me wait for it's perfectly around that time is when actually, because oh yeah, man. Oh man. By the way, the link is down. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this dude. Let him talk his shit, and then get some input from the chat and from the panel. Here we go.
Session, the baby can come out. It was too late. You should have let her have it and been a deadbeat. Your life is gone. How this world fucked up now? You really about to bring that baby in here knowing daddy don't want to fuck with him? And that you ain't gonna get no help from nobody. Well, at least the daddy. I don't know about the family. I just don't understand, like, why would y'all put yourself through that? And it's gonna be drama. Your whole life gonna be drama after that. I don't know, man. But like I said, I'm glad that they both were still able to be alive.
Okay. Uh-oh, did I have that on screen? Wait a minute. Okay. Did I play okay? Did I play okay? Wait, yeah. No, it was shared. Where'd it go? Wait. Hold on one second. I just got to make sure that I was showing the right screen. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. I know I left my camera on.
Let's see here. Hold on one second. Let me get the room right.
Torch, I'm glad I'm able to join this live because it's something you might want to talk about because it was this non-black cop who had said, he said something about black, it was something about black women, how black men leave black women with children. I think it's reproductive coercion or something. If I'm correct.
I remember I saw that online. I was actually going to play that tonight, but let me see if I can dig that up. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second to see if I can dig that up. You guys can talk though while I find it.
Hey DJ, how you doing? What's going on, Terry?
Deontay, welcome to the stage. Good seeing you.
Oh yeah, man. This guy is tripping, man. Like, I like how he set the video up though, because I had no idea he was gonna take this little this little turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought, but it's like, nah, man. And I know what he's talking about. Like, it is women out there who will do that, who will try to trap a guy with a baby or whatever. But I still look at it like, hey, both of y'all, were involved in this. Y'all both could have did something with conception, however. But
and I'm
that's
glad he brought that up too, cause
now go ahead, Tevin.
It's funny how they always blame the woman by herself. Like men, just like women have birth control, hell, men could have put on a condom, or if they want to do it, still do it unprotected, get a vasectomy.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the only way that this situation could have been what I'm not saying leading up to deleting her, but I'm saying that it could have been what he is basically implying is if she told him that she was on birth control and he just went in anyway. But to me, that's enough. Like, why would you even play with that? If you don't want a child so much so you will delete the woman that's pregnant with your child, then why wouldn't you wrap it up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you risk your whole life in prison over that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's something wrong with this individual. Like, unfortunately, we all know about the situation with Ray Caruth, the football player.
Yeah.
The same thing. Like, it was almost the same situation, only his baby mother did pass, but she stayed alive long enough after the shooting to call the police and say it was him. I mean, it's not funny, but it's just like how ironic your dumb ass, like, you paid somebody to take out your baby mother who's pregnant, and you the one who drove the car. So when the dude did the shooting, she looked you right in the face like, oh, you? And then she called it. I mean, anyway, this is just a terrible situation, man. Like, yeah, I hope people don't think this is something that's like widespread, obviously, but unfortunately, it is people out here who do stuff like this.
Yeah, I couldn't find that clip. Let's see. Dang, twin clips are popping too. We'll put in another video because that's a very good point on how basically men. Well, it sounded like he trapped her and then he wanted to untrap. He didn't want to have the kid. Shout out to TIT in the house. When adults consent to sex, they are consenting to the possibility of conception, bars, even if you use protection, because sometimes protection fails. That is a logical person right there. T, thank you for coming through and spitting that knowledge. Thank you. Let me bring up the next one. Where is it?
Well, DJ, I just want to say while you're doing that, TLT, they're right. You know what I'm saying? That's perfect because every time you lay down to do that, that is the possibility. I mean, I understand that's what it's made for. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why it feels good because you're being rewarded for it. You see what I'm saying? They're giving you getting a reward for creating more life. That's the point. So yeah, it's a possibility.
Exactly. And Phoenix Soul says yes, or he could just not he could just not F with women. Period. Yeah. That's true. All right. So I got a Cynthia G actually did something on that. So let's listen to what she's got to say.
What is TikTok doing? I don't know. Okay. See, my camera is doing this weirdo light thing again.
Okay, hold on one second. She's trying to fix her camera.
Okay, so y'all can hear and y'all can hear. Y'all good here on TikTok. Okay, everybody should be able to hear. So here's my thing. For so long, and I think this has been the prevailing notion. Sorry, y'all, I'm opening a package while we talking. This has been a prevailing notion in a lot of spaces, mostly those spaces in which mostly the spaces in which there's discussion about male-female dynamics. We already know what type of society we live in, a male-worshiping patriarchal society. Y'all are playing on TikTok. Why y'all playing on TikTok? Y'all putting all types of things on my face. Y'all are gonna be able to come up on TikTok too. I'm gonna let y'all come up in a minute. I'm just going to look into something. I'm gonna let y'all come up, and I'm actually trying to not even get into this fully because maintenance is here. They're right outside the door fixing the door. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I hope it was somebody tried to bust into her house.
So they're out there fixing the door, and so that's why I'm kind of trying to lighten me on the topic because I really want to get into it. But I can't really get into it like how I want to get into it because there's somebody right outside the door. You said you didn't get your notification, Florida Bella. Oh, actually, y'all know what I want to talk about. Let me talk about this really quickly before we get into the topic. Let me just talk about this really.
Okay, let me fast forward into the topic. Of course, this is the Cynthia G original channel.
How to practically use CBT. I know she knows how to deal with different types of trauma, like great trauma, like different familial trauma. So the bottom line of it is there's reasons why people go through licensing. The licensing essentially says, yes, this person is okay to practice. This person has been vetted. We know that this person know what they're talking about. They are well equipped, well-rounded academically to be.
Hold on one second. Let me drop this down to 480.
And it's also saying that you're backed by some knowledge and experience, because in order to get that license, you still need those practicum hours. You still need to be under a supervisor for.
Okay, I think she's talking about Dr. Bryant, but I'm going to fast forward even more.
Now, we are about to get into this discussion. I want to tell y'all something on TikTok.
Password.
Okay, so yeah, there must be a delay. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe when I touched my microphone, it might have muted it. Yeah, but now that threw my train of thought off. Oh, thank you for that person for the universe.
Fast forward.
Impregnate you as.
There we go.
TikTok video. We gonna go over this TikTok video from this man who is a night officer who is going to talk about the high rates of actually black men doing it, because it's statistically sound. So first we're going to read it from Gemini. This is I just asked it to pull up the stats. Here to ask AI to go get the stats than to actually go and physically get them yourself. It takes less time. So Gemini pulled up all the stats, and it says reproductive coercion, which includes behaviors like birth control sabotage, pregnancy coercion. Raise your hand if you had a man try to convince you that you didn't need to be on birth control. Raise your hand if you had multiple black men try to stealth you, meaning remove the condom while you're in the dude with him. Because I've had it. I've had men tell me, oh, birth control, it's unhealthy. You really don't need birth control. You ain't got to use birth control. Yeah, that's a form of reproductive coercion too. Why are you trying to get me to prevent me? Why are you trying to get me to stop pregnancy prevention? Why? Why are you doing it? Enforcing or preventing the continuation of a pregnancy is closely linked to intimate partner violence. Data consistently demonstrates that while it affects people across all backgrounds, racial and ethnic minorities face disproportionate rates due to overlapping structural inequalities. So it's already telling you people of color do it mostly. It's already telling you men of color do it mostly. We gonna get more specific. Baseline statistics and co-occurrence. General prevalence. It is estimated that between 8 and 19% of women experience reproductive coercion from a male partner during their lifetime, i.e. a man trying to trap you with a baby. So he
Exactly. Let's keep it going.
can have access to your body, live up in your home.
Right. Exactly.
Think he can come and lay up with you whenever you want to. I already told y'all, listen, these bandits, they will use your own body against you if they can. They will impregnate you as an act of war. They will absolutely do that. Linked to interpersonal violence. In clinical samples, the overlap with the other forms of abuse is staggering. Research indicates that 79% of women who experience birth control sabotage and 74% of women who report pregnancy coercion also experience other forms of IPV. It's almost like pregnancy coercion and baby trapping should be listed under IPV. That's what it kind of sounds like.
In the house, I said what I said. I said what I said. Actually, I made a video clip of her her input on this, and it was right on point. It was right on point. You gotta listen to the clip though.
Sounds like these men out here really trying to get it in, trapping women. Again, I say this as we know there's a political climate where the very government is trying to baby trap women in many different ways. Resulting unintended pregnancy. A major consequence of reproductive coercion is unintended pregnancy. Studies show that individuals experiencing reproductive coercion have 1.59 times higher odds of experiencing an unintended pregnancy compared to those who do not. Racial and ethnic demographics. Oh, black men do it the most. There we go. So the COP is validated by the data that we just pulled up. Let me share the screen so y'all can see this, because we know bandits lie. Stats don't. We tell the truth over here. We show the stats. So I know y'all can't see it on TikTok, and that's fine because I'm sharing the screen on Google, but the stats, I'll tell y'all where they're from, because they pulled these from the CDC and multiple other places. So data from both national surveys and targeted clinical studies.
Pause it there because I want to play I Said What I Said's clip. Here we go.
So basically, you want me barefoot and pregnant at home while you go out there and gallivant around in the streets. And so I wasn't having that. So no, sir, I'm not having no baby by you. And I'm your wife. And I could, I was his wife, and I still wouldn't have another baby by him because I didn't want to be stuck at home with no bunch of kids while he go out there and go live his best life. I wasn't buying that shit. And I was in my early 20s at that point. So even if you haven't been trained, you still should know life experiences should teach you, and you should learn from your mistakes. And I'll
Yeah,
go back on mute.
So let me ask you this. Do you believe it's best for a woman to assume that men are not sexually disciplined?
Yes. Most men are not sexually disciplined. Most men will follow your lead, and they base it on you. So let me just say this: if you lay down with a ninja, he's gonna lay down with you. But if you lay down some ground rules and he really wants you, he gonna follow those ground rules. Okay, so it's really incumbent upon the woman to set the standards and to set the rules, in my opinion. So don't allow him to pump all those kids in you and he's not putting no ring on it. Forget that. Because like I said, hell, you're gonna be at home stuck for 20 and 30 years at home with the kids. And then once you get them out of school, then all your good days are gone.
Right.
And that's what I tell people. Don't waste time with a ninja, wasting up all your good days, because as far as women go, yeah, we only got so much time. And I don't have time to be wasting with you, because hell, I can go find somebody else that can do the job if you're not gonna do it. And time is one thing you can't get back. So
okay, let me go back to Cynthia G's clips. But that was just that just hits it right there. That hits it right there. That hits the point. It's like basically the good point that I said. What I said was that you cannot depend on a man to protect you at all. Even in some situations when it comes to marriage. If you know the situation is not good, you get my point. Let me drop the link just in case somebody else wants to come up. I'm going to pop that.
DJ, I just want to add to that too, like that the situation that she was describing, where you have somebody who basically just wants to keep his wife at home and keep her, just turn her into a baby factory for him, and then he goes out, like she said, live his best life. Like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, that makes total sense. Like you wouldn't want to deal with nothing like that, and why should you? You shouldn't have to. Especially, in the times we live in now, where I used to hear that so much, from women, man, and I didn't put myself in that perception to really look at if they was right. It was times where they couldn't go out and get jobs and do all that type of stuff, So because of that, they had no choice. But as the choices change, it's like it's a lot of men who just haven't adapted to that, especially with as independent as women as become. And that one right there, man, is just it's hard for a lot of men to do that because they follow what white people do, white supremacy does, and even with all the white women who got their independence, they still play that same role for the most part that they always have. So I think a lot of black men in those positions see that and they think that their woman's supposed to do the same thing, but we have a different reality though.
Exactly. Well said. Here we go.
Shows that Black, Hispanics, and multiracial individuals experience heightened rates of reproductive coercion. National sample rates come from the NISBS data. According to the data analyzed from the National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey published via PubMed Central, there is where you get your stats from. That's where we got them from. That's where they got the information from. Let
me pause it. I'm going to fast forward it. Here we go. I think this is the one you were referring to. Twin Clips showed me this one.
I've wanted to talk about this for a long time on my personal profiles, but I know that he would take it as me trying to get his attention. So thank you for letting me get this out. And I just
a little bitch, come up and say what you got to
for conversations between her and her Cynthia and her constituents, you have to go to her channel. Let me go right here.
Seconds, so I'll make it short.
Let's go to part 2. Because yeah, this and let me just say this for if there's any men on TikTok who want to come up and they want to say something, you don't get to troll. But yeah, but listen, if the bandits want to come up and talk and say what you got to say, bandits, you can request to come up, but you're not gonna sit in the comment section though. You're not going to sit in the comment section and troll. And you're not going to sit in there and antagonize women either. You either going to stop being a little bitch, come up and say what you got to say, or you're just going to have to leave. It just...
I have to say one thing about Cynthia G. She talks some good ass shit.
Yeah, but she feels confident in it because you remember when she did that show with, I forgot what it was. She was on a panel with Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
That was a Fox Soul panel.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
It was Cynthia G.
It was
Dr.
Umar,
Umar.
and somebody else. I forgot who the other person was.
It was a person I later found out was a trans person that I didn't know because I don't be into I don't be into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, when the thing is, what Cynthia was hitting at the whole time, no matter what Umar was saying, and was that basically there hasn't been any significant movement or change that came from black men for the whole black community since the 60s. She just kept going back to that. And even Umar was sitting there like it was just reasons why it hasn't been, but that still didn't conquer the straight fact what she was saying, that she was right. So she was like, so what y'all been doing? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, now that one was a killer one because it's the truth.
Yep. Okay, here's a clip. Here we go.
Really is just that simple. Okay, you said you'll be a moderator. Okay, let me make you be a moderator then. I don't know how to make you a moderator. See, this is why I don't be dealing. This is all of these are for harassment and bullying. But if any of y'all want to come up, stream is, but
a male whom I loved. And I remember repeatedly telling him that I didn't want to have any children. It was like a stance that I had. I don't want to have children. I don't want to have children. And I did love him very much. And I do take responsibility on not properly protecting myself. But I remember sharing it with him and believing that he would respect that. And not too long after that, he impregnated me purposely. And no matter how many times I kept trying to say, no, I don't want this, he kept insisting that I have a child. I did wind up having his baby, whom I love so dearly to this day, but he doesn't take care of the baby. He doesn't care about the baby. He doesn't do anything for this baby.
Wow. So you would think that if you forced somebody to have a baby, you really want to have the baby, selfishly, but at least you think that person, you could not get him away from the baby. You'd be like, oh, wow, I have my own baby. I have my own baby, but he doesn't even spend time with the baby. Let's keep it going. Here we go. This is what Cam Newton does, by the way. Cam Newton did this shit.
Something that I believe needs to be shared. It's done purposely, and someone needs to talk about it. Thank you for listening. This assessment is absolutely spot on. My ex sabotaged my body, my health, my everything. Pretending to have protection and then removing it.
Wow.
And
so he's stealth
doing whatever he could to ensure that I was pregnant. And he later became even increasingly abusive, including but not limited to.
See, they think if a lot of these men are really evil, they think if like they get a woman pregnant, they'll get away with more abuse.
At one point, literally holding me down and raping me, as well as fracturing my face.
Wow.
The point that he was trying to make was that he was the one with power and with control, and more importantly, as he said,
I mean, basically, this is how red pill men think and operate. They, where do you think the submission comes from? See, if they cannot get submission through normal channels, they get it through coercion and control and leverage and abuse.
left, that I couldn't leave, that I would feel so burdened and so trapped and so distracted by trying to be a good mom that I wouldn't ever get a chance. I'd be so exhausted, so tired, so just overwhelmed that I wouldn't be able to have the energy or the finances to walk away. He did it for years.
And here's the thing. This is what I feel like is causing a lot of women to not even see reproductive coercion as the thing, because I actually do agree that a lot of women don't see this for what this is, especially Black women, because Black women's socialization has been very unique. And it's been very unique in that I really do believe that the Black community is the only community who have stripped Black women of any and all importance in the community. Even though Black women do everything, the importance in the community is seen as Black men. And because Black men are upheld as the prize, you're supposed to compete with the prize, it's not going to enter your mind that said prize is so desperate to have access to you that he would attempt to impregnate you just to keep you in his life. Because that runs counter to the narrative that Black men are everything, they're the best.
I think you can go even as far as to say it's not just about keeping him being in that woman's life, but being in control of that woman's life as well.
And sliced bread, you should chase them, you should build them up, you should pay for them, you should just be happy to get one, don't have no standards, expectations, or boundaries, because if you do, that might prevent you from getting a Black man. So many Black women aren't going to think about this as a possibility because they're too busy worshiping Black men. Black men are too decorated. Like, it's the same with SA. It's literally the same as SA, where a lot of Black women have been SA'd by Black men, but in their subconscious and consciousness, because of the programming, they don't really feel like it's SA because it's coming from Black men. I know that was my issue. I know that was a thought process for me.
The collector says Black women given platforms say the most vile, dehumanizing, and pathologizing crap about Black men. That is funny to me because collector, I'm sorry for butchering that pathologizing word, but basically last I checked that the Black manosphere is the most popular section in Black men's YouTube. And from what last I checked, they say that shit. I mean, really, you could, if I took the "wuh" out of your statement and just said Black men given platforms to say, it would make more sense.
And you know what? People like him say that shit, and that be the main reason why I advocate for Black men to not, Black women to not fuck those men. And on top of not fucking those men, I advise a lot of Black women do not have their children. If they still want to have sex with them, at least protect themselves and try not to have their kids, because they don't value Black youth either.
Right. These same men that trap Black women are not going to take care of the kids. They did
And they're
it.
gonna end the fucked up.
They did it for they trap those women for resources that go beyond just being a father or they did it because they know they need a place to lay down. They know the black woman is going to be stable. She's going to have a place for him to stay or some money for him or something for him. That's not that. And they don't care if you have a kid because they know they're not going to take care of it.
And I feel bad for a lot of these young black girls that's our teenage age. Sometimes even the younger black girls, they villainize them for they try to call those girls fast.
Right. Exactly.
But they don't call out the
and what's funny is those men shouldn't even know those girls are fast. They shouldn't be even thinking about little girls, but they are thinking about little girls.
Yeah, because those men are predators, and they don't. And a lot of black men don't call them out on that shit either.
Exactly.
Okay, DJ, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say what the collector was saying. It's the same thing that they were just talking about in this comment right here, right? You get the same thing that black men say, especially in these red pill channels and spaces about the black women. They say the same thing or worse. But the difference is, and this is where I see it at, and I know, like, a lot of ladies might not agree with this, but this is it. The difference is the men are supposed to be the ones who are in leadership position. They're supposed to, and every problem at the end of the day that black women have in this country was caused because men was not being leaders. Now, I know how it happened. Men didn't just wake up. Black men didn't just wake up one day in 1973 and say 1975 and say, you know what, let's just taper off the next 10 years and not give a fuck and leave it all up to the women. I know, yeah, like I understand what happened. It was a systemic thing from multi-pronged angles. It was out of control, and it still happens. But it doesn't matter because once you realize that something is happening to you, it's like when you touch fire and you get burned that first time. You check it the second time. There ain't no third time after that. You know what it is now. We know what's going on with us now. We've been knowing for 20-30 years, black men have, especially since the early 2000s. So it's up to us to change this. It's gonna be some terrible chicks out here, just like it's some ratchet ass terrible niggas out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we don't even want to turn it around.
Right, exactly. If these men were about what they talked about being leaders and all this kind of crap, then being a leader means there's certain things you have to take responsibility for or take precautions for. And they're not doing that. So they want to be leaders. It's like me saying, oh yeah, you know something? I think I'm a better quarterback than Peyton Manning. I should be out there throwing being the quarterback of the Colts at the time. But that's how a lot of these men think. They think they should be by default in control, even though the women might have better education and make more money. And that's not the point, because the point of being, if a woman has more money and more education, it probably means she probably has more logic. She got there somehow. So if a man, and what I'm not saying is, if, for example, it's like this: for a woman to be an educated, graduated person and has a job that pays well, in all other races of people, you're supposed to choose somebody who's equally yoked, which means basically in the same mix, they have the same level of education or close, and usually the man is supposed to have a little bit more, at least. In our community, it's almost the opposite. Like, they're trying to force educated, well-educated women to dumb down themselves to be in a relationship with a larger portion of the male community, and that's where the problem comes in, and that's where this bitterness comes in, because, and that's the point why I bring up I think a lot of people think I'm a fan of Dr. Bryant, if she is a doctor, or Megan Thee Stallion. It's the point of, though both of those women, at the very least, even Bryant, whether you can agree with her, educate her statements about education or not, she's well educated. So Megan Thee Stallion is well educated. You may not like the way Megan, acts, but she's fucking smart. She's really smart. Same with Bryant. Whether you like it or not, yes, I believe that she has some narcissistic tendencies as well, as she's admitted, but she's pretty fucking smart. She was smart enough that she got 50 Cent's attention, and I think we all know that 50 Cent is not an idiot. So, I may not be the biggest 50 Cent fan myself, but I do know that he's not an idiot when it comes to business. He can handle business pretty well. Now, you might lose some money, but he's pretty sharp. So the fact that and it's funny that these two women, one woman who deals with Jay-Z, right? Because that's who I think Megan is still under, right? And then you have Bryant, who's under 50 Cent, right? It's weird to see that you would think these guys would be like, well, let's give Bryant a little bit of what do you call it, rope, because 50 Cent did choose. 50 Cent ain't dumb. She didn't fool 50 Cent. So 50 Cent, I have a pretty strong idea that he knew whatever she's got, he already knew. This is a guy who did a great job with that Diddy. With that Diddy, he got his lick back. Let's just put it that way. This is a man who knows how to get his lick back. And we have not heard 50 Cent say anything negative about Bryant. And we haven't heard Jay-Z say anything negative about, Megan Thee Stallion. So it goes to show you that these chuds out here are going to work on black women in general. These two women, excuse me, are just experiencing the same thing a lot of other black women experience on a daily basis. And that's the point of my Chud video today. Anyway, let me shut up. Let me play a little bit more of this video here from Cynthia G, and then we'll talk some more. Here we go.
Even after they're having experience in it, because the community hyper focuses on coddling black men, sheltering black men, not holding black men accountable for anything, putting out false narratives about black men, favorable false narratives, you don't really see at all. You don't see them as being able to do things that they actually do, even when they do it to you. I said what I said, says slams out some bars right here. I blame rappers and ratchet TV, i.e. reality shows, bars. They showcase black women as HOEs, yep, and gold diggers. And it's so funny because especially these days, when you think about Shannon Sharp and other black men, they have been dethroned of their money from usually non-black women.
But DJ, the thing is, what I said, just wrote there. The thing is, that's part of the manipulation that we have been dealing with for so long. And every time we have an advancement in technology with social media, just getting it more and more in our face every day, it's a good thing because we all get to connect with people, learn stuff, but the good and the bad always come wrapped together, negative and positive. It has to, for this whole thing to exist. So, like, the bad part about it is the programming is a lot more hope now that they
Right.
give us. I mean, you're pushing this stuff like even when they said they're going to put the child ban, like where kids can't watch certain music videos and certain things, like they can't see most of the Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion music videos, right? But they don't find a way to get around that. Like they invite them to the kid shows and do sing-alongs, they do little kid raps, but you're still introducing them to these people, you know? And it's not
Right.
just them, they do it with more rappers too. So yeah, they are getting us.
Exactly. Shout out to Karen E. Rose in the house. Karen E. Rose says this: the collector. 50 years through hip hop, black men also dehumanize black women and lust after young girls' bars for decades. I mean, really, quite honestly, when you think of any black hip hop famous artists, most of them have at least been rumored to sleep with young, 14-year-old girls. So that's absolutely true. And then Phoenix Soul says women have only been able to have their own bank accounts for only 51 years. So dude's entire comment is rubbish. Bars. TL Lee in the house. Negativity is the only is only cast on black people when they do something. But when white tea people do something, it's no problem. White tea women go to college for an education and an athlete exactly. But she's not a gold digger. Bars. A perfect example is Russell Wilson. Somebody got him. It was a white woman was with him first, and she cheated on him.
Yeah, he went for the dude, Golden Tate, who had about 10% more swag than Russell did. Golden Tate is another one of them different, but like, yeah, that unfortunately that happens, but yeah, I agree with the comment though.
I agree. So let me just in case I'm gonna drop another link, and let me keep playing this.
When they do it to you, you still don't put it, you don't cover black men with it. You don't look at it as a black male affliction. You look at it as a one-off. When the reality is it's not a one-off, because we know the stats and the data are very clear that most black girls before they become a teenager, they're violated. This has been done.
And a lot of people miss that part is they don't realize a lot of black girls, they be made pregnant when they 15, 14. So, and especially remember when when there was that epidemic of teen pregnancy.
Oh yeah, they did a documentary back on that in the 80s.
Yeah, and basically, they wouldn't have done a documentary on something that wasn't an issue. And it's funny that these men today, many of them may have come from a teen mother.
Torch, and you got to think about it. And when I was like young, like in my teen years in high school, MTV actually came out with a show called 16 and Pregnant. But most of those girls on there were white.
Right.
I think all of the girls on the first season was white. And occasionally they had like a few black girls in the later seasons, but most of those girls was white.
Exactly.
And a lot of those girls winded up being single mothers too.
Yeah. TLT says, and as black people, we're not doing ourselves any favors because we are using racist white tea talking points against each other. Bars.
And it's she is that a she? Whoever TLT
I think so. But let me move forward with this video. Hold on one second. Here we go.
By black men. But it's the brainwashing that's always at the forefront. It's the brainwashing that's the driver of most black women's thought process, where we just simply don't think these dudes are capable of doing it. And they are capable of doing it. Because the reality is, it doesn't matter how much this community props up black men. They know they haven't accomplished anything. They know they haven't. They know that they don't have resources like other males do. They know that they're not nice. They know they have literally nothing to offer you. So if they see a woman who poses an extreme benefit to them, either she's financially stable, she's working on financially stability, she has some clout that they want to chase, she has a connection that they want, that man will literally find a way to tie himself to her as a come up. And the best way that he can do that is by impregnating her.
And think about it like this. If a lot of men, they work on to keep women around, they work on a system of manipulation. But after a while, even to a sociopath, that gets exhausting. So to keep somebody around, I mean, to keep these mind games going on to the point where you keep that young lady so confused to the point where she stays around. If you make that person pregnant, it's almost like you have put manipulation on automation, because now they're tied to you no matter what for the rest of their lives, one way or the other. And that makes the manipulation part a lot easier. And unfortunately for the young ladies who this happens to, is not only that, but it makes it harder to break away from that person, because legally you have to let this person know where you live. So they can be literally more of a monster. You literally have to risk your life to get away from them, because think about it. Now you always use the excuse of a child, and Blueface was Blueface is a master pimp manipulator. Watch how he works, how he has multiple women he cares nothing about. But when he needs something or wants something from them, whatever his resource that he wants from them, he gets it from them. And I think he's up to 4 baby mamas now. And Future was the same way. But Future he doesn't brag on
It's funny
online about doing it.
It's funny about Blueface, because I hear a lot of black women say Christian might be his worst baby mother because she was smoking and drinking when she was pregnant with their son. But the thing is
Blueface,
all of Blueface women are red.
Let me pause you for 1 second. The thing about Blueface is he knew that she smoked and drank before he made her pregnant. He didn't care then. He might be using it for an excuse now.
It's not just him using it as an excuse. It's other black women that doing that. Most times it's other black women that keep bringing that up. Like those women are any better than her.
Yeah, let me bring that up real quick.
Those black women are the black male worshipers.
Let me bring Blueface up real quick.
Guys don't want to hear that truth. We just don't. You know, if I come on here talking about, female nature.
Let me pause that real quick. There we go. Okay, we're going to go past let me go past that. Right here.
Jonathan had a vasectomy. He gonna be mad. I said it.
By the way, his mother lied about that.
Yeah, but like they lost money.
And she part of the problem.
I'm like a fucking bear.
Go do that. I want a bitch that needs me and I need, that we're stuck here.
Do you ever think, okay, so say a woman gives all that up, she's with you, she's stuck with you, now it's just you, her, the kids, no housekeepers, meals every day, cleaning the house.
Yeah.
Are you faithful?
Eventually.
When do you think you'll get it out your system?
Listen, I'm the type.
Nah, he fucking lying.
You see that? You see that? Even if a woman was perfect for him, he says he wouldn't be loyal. He would eventually be loyal. Listen to his excuse. Here we go.
If I cheat on a bitch 100 times and she doesn't cheat back, I'll probably stop cheating. Because then in my brain, I will feel bad. I will feel like, damn, I got a good bitch and I'm being the fucking problem. That's what women have to make men feel like emotionally wrong for the things that they do.
Any
for
respectable man wouldn't call his woman a bitch.
Do y'all hear this dude?
Man,
Man.
he's in this bullshit coming out his mouth.
Oh man, I mean,
Yeah, this guy, Blueface, got a serious issue, and I know it's a. I don't
And
even know
his
what to think.
sorry hood rat ass mammy, the part of the problem.
Yeah, the way that he grew up was definitely part. When you got a mother that's co-signing you treating women like this, it don't
His
get no.
daddy ain't no better either.
Yeah, but it's worse when it's coming. Like if your dad is doing that, that's one thing, right? But you having because I've seen that before. You know what I'm saying? You have a woman telling her son like this shit is cool, like she helping him juggle these chicks. You know, so Blueface is just I don't know, but this dude is beyond demon time. Like
yeah,
he's on a whole nother. Listen to what he said. He said if she
What
let
you
me cheat
expect?
100 times without cheating back, it's like damn, dude. Like, and it's people who really think the way that he thinking. Not a lot of them, but enough. It's enough of them like that. Crazy.
Blueface mother is a
Right.
ratchet.
Does that make sense?
I love
Ain't no
her.
man gonna
Blueface
change for no
father
female unless they
did
feel
a
like they're doing
mixtape.
yeah. Hold on one second. Let me play this clip. Damn, they got airplanes out here and everything.
this female wrong because she is the right female.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
So it's a psychological thing.
Psychological.
Yeah.
So if I cheat and you cheat back, bitch, we even. What the fuck? I don't feel bad at all. I don't feel wrong at all. I'm gonna go cheat again. But if I cheat and you don't cheat back and you just sitting here crying like, damn, bro, I'm right here and you still doing it. Eventually, I'm gonna feel like, all right, yeah, I'm fucked up. let me change. You know, that's how men are. Whether anybody wants to agree or not, that's how men are. You have to emotionally get to us. You're not gonna physically get to us. If I cheat and you hit me or you do some irrational, I'm not gonna feel it.
So you think a woman that has a man that's cheating should just let him get out his system if she really believes in him and wants him, like, and know that one day he'll stop?
No, I think she should touch him emotionally. She should let him know that, hey, look, you're doing this to me, and I'm not doing it back to you.
Now you'll see in another clip where he just does not even give a F about how a young lady was feeling. I mean, he made it clear he could care less. He would just get somebody else.
Yes, the worst part about this is how he just saying men. You know what I'm saying? Like he just saying like, oh, this everybody think the way I think. Well, if everybody thought you the way you thought, then every man you see would have their face tatted up. Like you want to talk about some dumb, ignorant niggas? Like, that's beyond that. But I never got that. Lil Wayne can get away with it because he considered one of the best rappers of all time. But all these other motherfuckers with them face tats, like y'all crazy
Even
as hell.
Sexy
Like,
Red.
yeah, well, it's a lot of them, but I'm just saying, like, the ones who do this, like, so you doing this, you talking crazy like this, like, this dude about to be struggling doing some weird ass shit at 10 years from now, because he's gonna be broke and have no prospects.
Yeah.
So, eventually you'll start to feel a type of way, right?
Yeah. Especially if you're eating his ass and wiping his ass and all that. Like,
any man, if you cheat on a bitch 100 times and she does not cheat back one time, but she emotionally lets you know that, hey, yo, this is not cool, bro. I'm not doing it back. Why are you?
I mean, think about the amount of bodies this dude has to have to cheat on a woman, a single woman, and remember now, he's been with 5 or 6, right? Think of how many bodies this dude has. And that's why it really is hilarious when I see these men come up and say, start talking body count to women.
And
when you can see that this dude must at least have damn near 1,000 bodies.
And majority of those women are
I know he's a semi-famous rapper, but still it's disgusting. So if he's a famous rapper and he's got 1,000 bodies, that means the average guy probably has at least 100 bodies. And if you think about that, how can you critique a woman about body count when your body count is right through the roof?
Feel like a bully in a way. You're gonna feel like, damn, I'm just running over the bitch and she's a good bitch. Let me stop doing
the fact that the word that he didn't even refer to women as women, or at least ladies or females is disrespectful, and he's gone way past that his normal response for these women that had his kids is bitch. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, this dude is on some trash. It's the thing with this guy is that you can tell most of the chicks, if not all the women he done been with, done cheated on him. Because listen to what he said. He said, if I cheat so many times, if she hasn't cheated one time, that means that she's serious. He even said, like, if we cheat back and forth, it's just we even. Like, what? You know, that's one. And then he's talking about, oh, okay, like, so I can just cheat on all these times like this. This is the other part too. That means that all the women who've been with him, especially the ones after hearing this interview that still decide to be with him, are making this choice consciously. They know what they're doing. That's what I was like. That's the part that is like
what it is that, and especially in our community, a lot of women think a man's going to change for the better, and
that's crazy.
They really do. They really do. And the thing is that a good manipulator will plant that seed like that. He will make those women think that he is going to either change for the better or he's good enough as is. That's what a manipulator does. So, and unfortunately, that's what Kevin Samuels was all about. It was manipulating women into he didn't tell you directly what to do. He didn't say like what you need to do is make a woman feel bad about herself. That's where the scale to 1 to 10 thing came in, where, you know, you need to grade her. Even if you give her a 7, she's going to be trying to get to a 10. That was the whole pimp talk thing going on. And then they must be submissive. You got to make these women want to be submissive. All of that shit was all manipulation. And the thing is that in our community, you're asking that's why really a channel like Cynthia G's channel, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's pretty necessary, because if a young lady is not vigilant and educated on the manipulation that a lot of men might pull on you, they'll get pulled into this manipulation, end up with 2 or 3 kids, and end up in a bad situation or sent up to the upper room, because these guys, if they find out their magic is no longer working on these women, that's usually when they get violent. That's when the time that these men usually send their exes up to the upper room is when they know they cannot get that woman back. That's when it happens, when they get a new boyfriend, or when they start living a new life, or when they move out. Things that show a loss of control of their resource. And that's what happens. That's what's going down. That's why I do understand you're saying a lot of the women that deal with Blueface, they know all about him, but his game, but a lot of them don't know his end game. And
I think that they're just chasing clout, to be honest. Just like, it's not just Blueface. I mean, I think he's the.
I don't think they're chasing clout. I think they truly really care about dude.
It's just when you know that somebody like look at Future or Nick Cannon or
Yeah.
what's the boy we were just talking about from the Chiefs, whatever from Miami, the boy they call the cheetah Hill, Tyreek Hill. When you look at these guys who got 6, 7, 8 kids or more, right? With all these different women, Cam Newton and stuff. This rarely do these guys run into a woman who who is with them for longer than a week. After I couldn't even imagine they being with a woman for a week who didn't know who they were from the day they met them to 7 days later they figure out who this dude is. If that,
You
most
know what
of the women
happens?
know who they are.
You know what happens? I understand what you're saying, but see
That's what I'm
at least from what was explained to me is this is what happens. A lot of the grace that all these men want from women are given to them. That grace is, oh, well, he's not such a bad guy, or, oh, okay, he's been in the pen, but he's still a good man, or, wow, he was really cheating, you know, he was cheating on all of his women, but now I think he's really changed and I'm the special one for him. These are the things that I've been told. So the problem is that there's some guys like Blueface who know how to take advantage of that mindset. Where I agree with you, and your point in what you're saying is like, how do you not see this guy's fucked up? You know, how do you not see this guy's not going to be fucked up again? And the problem is that in our community, we have this, what would you call it? This redemption vibe where, oh, well, you know, he just needs the right person, or even she's just needs the right person, but he just needs the right person. He wasn't given a chance. The other person was the problem, not me. That kind of, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Now, they shouldn't think that way. I agree with you. With these young ladies shouldn't think that way. They shouldn't give these men this type of chance. But that's what's going down. That's what's happening. It's basically, let's try to think of a name for it. What would be a good name for something when you want to give somebody a chance they shouldn't get? It'll come to me in a minute.
Well, the thing is, I agree with you. I do believe there's women who have that situation. I'm just saying in the extreme situation, like dealing like with a guy like Blueface or any of these guys that are famous and known and easily can just be Googled and looked up, which most of the girls they mess with, especially after they had their 3 women or more, know who these guys are. Blueface just had a girl that he got pregnant it was a few weeks ago, who she went viral saying that she's pregnant with his baby, she's gonna have it. And he went and he released a video call from her that he had where he told her that he was broke and he ain't had no money because he in debt. And she ain't gonna get no money. She said, I don't care, I'm just gonna have it anyway. And that was really, it was just the clout she was chasing. Like, I'm not saying
the thing is it's not really the clout she was chasing. The thing is that she's pregnant. She wants to have his child because she feels like she has a connection to dude, and that there's nothing she can do about it. She's pregnant, and she probably, if depending on how many weeks she is, she probably can't get rid of the child anyway. But the thing is that it's he doesn't care. The thing is that there's a lot of people in the situation where they just don't know a lot of people when they grow up, they don't know, they don't have that sensor, I call it, where you can say, oh, this person does not give a F about me. So, you know, I need to find the right person. That should be the response. I think that's the frustration and the response you're hoping that more women would have is like, you know, have this, excuse my language, fuck this nigga, you know, reality check, if you know what I mean. It's like after you find out this dude, but number one, we are not women and we cannot judge what they do, how they think or what they should do. And 2, there's a lot, of, I mean, think about how long hip hop has been around, and pimping has been around, and all these manipulation things have been around. Even R&B, look at Brian McKnight. He admits not loving his wife that he had 3 kids with, or 2 kids with. And he admits that he never loved her ever, but he manipulated her enough that she stayed around. And she, believe it or not, you know what's crazy, Deontay? As many years as has passed, she still thinks that he loved her. After he said he never loved her. And all of his actions showed that he never did. And so that's really a what I would call community programming, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let me play a little bit more of this Sinji thing. Here we go. Wait. Let me hold on one second. I got to change. Wait, let me play a little bit more. Let's get irritated a little bit more with
That's just
it's just regular.
Yeah.
That's like a female calling me.
Yeah.
Don't call me. No, I'm a name.
The Fresh Out of Love tour. Could a fan get a one night stand with Blueface?
Yeah, hell yeah. I might fall in love with that motherfucker.
Torch, think about it. If the fans want a one night stand with Blueface, what that say about them knowing his track record?
Right.
They just as bad as they're not good women either.
You can't say they're not good women. It's just
Torch,
not a wise choice, Devin.
Men like Blueface don't attract good women. I mean, they can try, but the women who do get, they ain't go change Blueface, no. And I don't know why women be dumb enough to try it.
Well, we can't judge how women think. I mean, logically, it's not anybody who deals with Blueface, it's not a good idea. But we're not women. In that case, then we're dumb, shitty idiots if we accidentally have an accident. Let's put it that way. So the thing is that I understand what you're saying. I think you're frustrated to the point where it's like, wow, why are these women giving this effed up dude this kind of time? But unfortunately, he has a little bit of he has a little bit of fame, and these women get starstruck, and then all he needs to do is be around him for a little while before he gets his little manipulation thing in. And it's almost like quicksand. As soon as you get into quicksand, even if you were a little careful, you're screwed. And that's basically what's happening, is that he knows how to use a woman who makes who may not make the best decisions, or thinks maybe, or has an ego where she thinks she can change him. He knows how to use that against her, because that's how pimps used to work back in the day. That pimps would work like that. They would let you think that you were getting what you wanted, and all of a sudden one day a woman will wake up and all of a sudden she's like, damn, I'm a hoe, when that's not where she wanted to be. At first it started off that she thought she had a boyfriend, and then all of a sudden he tells her to do favors, and then all of a sudden he's putting his hands up on her if she doesn't do it, and then the next thing she knows, she's been pimped. So anyway, let me keep it going here. Here we go.
At all. He don't care about none of that. He don't care if he got to stealth her. He don't care if he got to sabotage her birth control. He don't care if he have to talk her out of not using her birth control. He's going to do it because that is the means to an end for him.
Right.
And this is why I'm so for Black women changing their minds and their perspective about Black men. That has to be done. Like, it literally has to be done. The reason that you have to be able to change your mind and your thought process about Black men is because your thought process about them, the way you view them, all of the brainwashing you received about them, that's the driver of your decision making. But what if you saw them for who they were? What if you saw them for the liars, the cheaters, the child abandoners, the essays, the violence, was something that you needed to be protected from? What if you viewed them in a manner that was more consistent with how they show up in reality?
All right. I'd like to welcome to the stage Alexander Brandon's to the stage. Alexander, any thoughts before I move forward?
Yeah, I've talked about this as well, but not what Cynthia G is talking about. I think, and you know, I went and found that study, and it turns out that it's 100% correct. So, at the end of the day, what Cynthia G is saying is legitimately correct, and it's you know, it's sad for what's going on. It really is, and it proves that that you know, most Black men are narcissistic. So again, this whole Black male worshiping thing, it has done nothing but cause most Black men to feel entitled.
Got it. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Then you could protect yourself. But what you can't protect yourself doing is seeing them outside of who they actually are. Seeing them within the lenses of a fantasy. Believe when we go through all 4 volumes of these videos, you can believe all.
You know something? This is exactly, Tevin. I mean, I know you don't agree with Cynthia G, but it sounds like to me what she's telling her constituents is exactly what
Sometimes
they're
I agree
frustrated
with
about.
her. I agree with Cynthia G on certain things.
Right. So basically what she's telling these women is exactly what you were saying, is that you should know better. You should not have to deal with a scumbag that's is a manipulator and is not a cool person. Let me keep this going. Here we go.
Of them are Black women. And he actually said he was going to do this. This dude said he did get backlash. He got backlash from Black men who were saying that it's not his place to talk about this. Mind you, it's everybody's place to talk about this because we're integrated. Hey, Themis. Hey, Rosie Chanel. Hold on for a second. You said, thank you. You said I'm an asset and a gem to the Black community. Thank you.
Hold on one second. Mike, J. Mike, hold on one second.
So much. I'm literally just doing my part, girl. Like, for real. I'm just doing my part to try.
Okay, let me go first.
They see it now.
I want to see if I can find that spot where he's the actual guy's talking. Okay, I don't think he's talking. Yeah. Wait, yeah, here we go. I want to hear what he has to say. Okay, here we go.
And it's putting them in needless danger. So there's this philosopher named Thomas Hobbes who said that without law and order, the natural state of man is violence. Not some men, all men. He watched civilizations collapse around him in real time, and he wrote about it. And he was right. I've been a night shift cop for the past 8 years in one of the biggest cities in the United States. And most of us men grew up navigating around other dangerous men. This starts as early as kindergarten, because boys practice their cruelty on other boys. We learned threat awareness by necessity. Most women never had to. Most women think they know men and that they can pick and choose right, and they're happy with their golden retriever husband or their boyfriend. But that golden retriever is only playing nice because of the rule of law. His basic instinct is not peace and love. His basic instinct is violence and control. When men learn about world history at school, we take it as a playbook for how nations of men can dominate other nations of men. At the same time, I feel that a lot of girls read about world history like it's a fantasy novel in a galaxy far, far away. A time in the past that will never come again. Why do you think men are so
Hold on, I'm trying to find the weave warrior.
Even the nicest guys I know carry some sort of pocket knife.
So that, let me get, but basically, yeah, this is the guy who,
rule of law.
Since Cynthia talked about the trapping part, he actually goes into the trapping part himself, but well, I'll pause it there. But basically the thing is that this is a problem. Let me get some input on this, and then we'll probably call it a night.
What I was trying to say, why is black men getting mad that he's saying that when the black men they watch the most, they're not even discussing that.
The reason why is because
black men should be the main one breaking that up.
Yeah, the reason why is because basically he's telling secrets. He's telling red pill secrets. Whether it's red pill secrets, pimp secrets, it's all the same. Pimp, hip hop, and red pill ideology is about to. They are synonymous with each other. They are basically the same.
Yeah, DJ, I think he's telling the secrets of European savages that created this society that we live in, that we've adopted through
Exactly.
This is their issue that we had learned
and
through is the violence. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was so quick to compare it to an animal. You know, that's why he was like, he knows nice guys that walk around with blades in their pocket. Like, yeah, this is America. Like, I was just telling my cousin last week, I was like, dude, there's no law saying that only a dude, street niggas can fucking have guns and pull triggers. It's over 100 million people in America who are legally registered as gun owners. You know, most of them, actually probably all of them, because you can't own a gun with a felony, right, are not criminals. At least the ones who legally own.
Right.
So, yeah, but you have to, because this society is built off of violence. That's why football's number one sport. All of that.
The issue is that black men, what we're the problem is that we're not. I mean, it's the stats show the people that we're affecting with, that negative aspect. By now, I think. I mean, we've tried before to deprogram ourselves from those violence tendencies we might have picked up, but if the stats say otherwise, so we should try to get past that. My next red pill hate group video, there's literally, I don't know if I said this last time, there's literally a therapist, a qualified therapist he's not a doctor, but he's a therapist. He's got a license and everything, who's literally spewing hate speech. He's and it's funny because he's got a good game. The dude's got a good game. What he does is he gets reputable doctors to come onto his channel and speak with them, because he probably tells them like, hi, I'm a licensed therapist, blah blah blah, like to talk about this and that. And then you should see the way that they kind of look online when these doctors are on here talking to this licensed therapist, and he's starting to spew out red pill BS. And then what they try to do is like say, like, look, you know, that it's because of this, this, and this. And then what the manipulator does, or this therapist does, is then try to make it sound like he'll try to stitch the reputable statements made by these doctors into his ideology of being basically a red pill bigot, who should be helping black men get better, but instead has chosen just to basically be a fraudulent, another fraud of the Lapeef crew, in my opinion. He's really got the scam going on, and I guess he's not making that much as a licensed therapist, because they make between, I don't know, 40 and 80K a year. And I guess he's finding better avenues of money, lying to men about women, because that's what he's basically doing. Instead of telling men, you saw what Anton did. He's supposed to be happily married, but he's around here effing around with other women and behaving like a clown. I do not, in saying something like, I do not, support that. I think black men should show themselves in a positive light to society. He's not doing any of that shit. He's on here saying the same shit Anton says, Samuel said, and all his other clown friends say. Instead, that to me shows a bigger weakness, a bigger level of loathsome than anything, is when you have the skills to genuinely help black men with their problems, and you choose not to. He simply chose not to. Went to all the schools, got himself a master's, got himself licensed, only to become another fucked up red pill motherfucker. It is the saddest thing you'll ever gonna see. It really bothered me, because it's like, wow, with his credentials, he could really make a positive change for black men in these spaces, and he didn't. He's making things worse, because he's coming off as reputable this and that, while really, quite honestly, he's just spewing the same crap. If you went to his page and you just read all of his titles, it's as if he's on just anybody's red pill channel. It's really irritating. It kills me. TLC says, please don't mention Anton D. Yeah, I slipped. And then PLT says this: some women are moving towards egalitarian relationships. The red pill is starting to turn some women off when it comes to traditional submissive relationships. Bars. And they should, because TLT, when you think about it, really, if a woman is giving up something like submission and having a guy's kid and then, being loyal to him, well, what is that woman getting in return? Most of them are getting the Blueface treatment. Blueface is just more blunt about it. But if you listen to these men, they really question whether they should be loyal to women at all. Even if the woman is doing everything they want the woman to do, these men, broke or not, because remember, Kevin Samuels seemingly tried to make it seem like it was only a thing, cheating was only a thing that a high value man could do. But these men, they want to cheat even if they're broke. So what's the point? And that's why Cynthia G's theory comes into. Thank you for help, Phoenix. So thank you for helping me. You get said, oh well, never mind. Anyway, but
egalitarian.
thank you, Deontay, for cleaning that up for me. Thank you, Phoenix. So, but no, but think about it. The point is, hey, if you guys come up with these fancy words, you know, but no, but basically the thing is this. The danger of Cynthia G is this, is that she tells women, why are you putting up with this bullshit? They're gonna still cheat. They're still gonna treat you bad, and they're still going to demand you treat them good. Phoenix, so that word whooped you. Yeah, it so did. It so did. You know, after this show, I'm gonna be online repeating that word.
I would take Shiro 7 more serious than Cynthia G. I'm sorry, but that's just me.
You think what?
I said I take Shiro 7 more seriously than Cynthia G. I like some of Cynthia G's content, but now over the years, how I see who she really is, I would rather women take advice from Shiro 7, because with Shiro 7, it actually worked. It actually worked out at the end, even though her husband who passed away was a married man when they got together.
Yeah, I mean, but Shiro 7 really, quite honestly, it's like, this is the difference between Shira 7 and Cynthia G. Shira, from what I've seen, Shira 7 is like, well, if you gotta deal with a manipulative but rich motherfucker, whatever, at least you have to manipulate him back. That's what I got from Shira 7, is that this is what you do, this is how you do it. If you're gonna play this toxic game, this is how you play the toxic game. While Cynthia G is basically, don't fuck with these niggas at all.
And then the crazy part about Shiro 7 is, at least Shiro 7 is entertaining, unlike Cynthia G.
Is where?
Shiro 7 is more entertaining than Cynthia G to me.
Well, I mean, everybody has their, has the people that they're more entertained from. Okay,
it's like every time I see a
Soul is breaking it down perfectly.
video.
Wait, hold on one second. Phoenix Soul breaks it down perfectly. Shira 7 is teaching you how to navigate the patriarchy. Sinji is on destruction of it. That's about perfect right there. I think that's better said than what I said. What Phoenix Soul said right there is exactly on point. Shira 7 is teaching you how to navigate patriarchy. Sinji is on how to destroy it. That's perfect. Okay, go ahead.
Exactly it.
Let's
see. Go ahead.
I always laugh when I see when Shiro 7 pop up on my TikTok time. Like, it's something I got to laugh about.
Bars. Well, everybody, that's it for tonight. I have to get it really super duper early. I like to thank the panelists, Tevin, Deontay, Alexander, and definitely the chat was popping with Phoenix Soul, with TLT in the mix. I said what I said in the mix. Don't forget. And Karen E. Rose, definitely you all want to definitely check out. I don't think Phoenix Soul has a Phoenix Soul. Let me know if you have a channel because I want to send people your way. And Karen E. Rose has a channel, I believe. And I said what I said has a channel. You got to check out their stuff. It's great information. Let's put it that way. Different perspectives, different thoughts. Let me go ahead and hit the beat. Thank you everybody for coming tonight's show. Where we got? Here we go.
Round and round it goes. Love goes around. Oh. DJ Torch. And friends.
All right, we're gonna start the chat out, but shout out to the beginning. All right, shout out to Phoenix Soul. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate you being here. Your input is badly needed. Thank you so much. Shout out to TLT. Shout out to Karen E. Rose. Shout out to Alexander Brannon. Shout out to Tevin. Shout out to Deontay. Deontay, guess what? I can't help it. I got another political thing coming up. Keep an eye out. I want to talk with. I said what I said. Maybe we'll have it on her channel or maybe here. But it'll be great to see you. Shout out to Bridget. Bridget in the house. Yes. I like to kick a shout out to Twin Quick Clips. That's what I call her. She gets me all the clips to spin, and I appreciate her work. Shout out to everybody who. Oh, look! Shout out to Betterment of Black Women was in the mix. Good to see you, Henry Mars. Thank you for stopping by, Virgo Girl. Thank you for coming through. Bridget in the house. Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming through. Catch you on the next one.